So 90 years ago, my great-grandparents and their 13 children moved from Italy all the way to the United States in search of nothing further than the American dream. Not only did they find what they were looking for, but they also started a huge Italian-American family with goals and passions of their own. Little did they know that their American dream would drive my enthusiasm to find out more about the Italian culture by traveling abroad multiple times and even starting the process of becoming a dual Italian citizen. Needless to say, I'm a passionate advocate for researching and experiencing your family's lineage and culture. If given the opportunity, I really think everyone should travel to the land of their ancestors. But even more so, I think everyone should travel to Italy. Luckily, I've been given the opportunity to travel there a few times. On my family's first trip abroad, we were just in awe of Italy's architecture, their culture, and of course, their food. We went for 10 days, and since I have a family of 5, we each picked 2 different excursions that we wanted to do so that our time would be spent doing things we actually wanted to do and not doing things that we felt like we had to do. On my day to choose the tour for the day, I chose to do the food tour of Naples. Once you get to know me and my obsession for Italian food, you'll realize that this was very predictable of me. The day started with a trip to La Antica Pizzeria de Michele, where they brought out everyone their own huge pizza, and everyone looked around at each other like, there's no way we're going to be able to finish this. But a few minutes in, we all looked around at each other again and we're like, oh my gosh, did we just do that? We just ate an entire pizza. But it's okay, because as the day went on, we also had tagliatelle, arancini, and tiramisu to end with. Fast forward a few years, and I'm back in Italy during my summer study abroad as a junior in college. I was actually an international student of Switzerland, but my travel group and I decided to spend an entire week in Italy because obviously you can't just spend a few days there. Unsurprisingly enough, we did a food-related excursion per my request. This one was different though. When we were in Florence, we walked a few blocks to a local woman's house and learned how to make homemade pasta. Not only did this experience teach us how to cook pasta should we wish to do it in the United States, it's really hard when you get back to the United States to make homemade Italian pasta, but it also gave us a glimpse into what it's like to live in Italy. This is what really sparked my interest to get the ball rolling to become a dual Italian citizen. We found that in order to get the best Italian food on earth, you must travel to Italy. Obviously, people will agree that Italian food is better in Italy, just like, Mexican food is probably better in Mexico. But did you know that the reason why their food is better in Italy is because of their water? There are 3 things that make Italy's water so important: their acidity, the purity, and the hardness of the water. So it really does just make sense that they have the best food because they have the best water to make that food. Now that I've probably made you hungry for pizza and pasta, I'm so sorry. I hope your lunch break is soon. I wanted to mention another excursion that may just make you want to book a flight to Italy right this second. During a trip to Cinque Terre, also known as the 5 Villages, we rode in a catamaran and went swimming in the Mediterranean Sea. A few of the more adventurous ones in the group opted to go cliff diving, but I was much more comfortable just sitting back and watching them enjoy themselves because I'm not the type of person to risk having to go to a hospital in a foreign country. We then climbed to the top of a cliff and saw just the most beautiful panoramic views. By the end of the day, we were so depressed about the fact that we had to leave, and Italy is just that kind of place that makes you feel good. I don't know what it is exactly. Maybe it's the street performers who really just belong on Broadway, or the hustle and bustle of a train station when you're just cutting it a little bit too tight to get back somewhere, or the kind people who are willing to help a young group of American students find their way throughout the city. I know I'm biased by encouraging you to travel to Italy, and I do truly believe that everyone should try to see where their ancestors came from. But I must say, I've been to 20 countries in my 22 years of life, and I will always stand by the fact that Italy is simply the best. They have the best scenes, the best people, and of course, the best food. I'm grateful to have experienced the world through travel, and it's made me so much more appreciative for other people's cultures and more passionate about adventure. And if you get the chance to travel to Italy, I really think you should too.